Hey, it's Jesse here in the lab, writing some stuff down. Wrote a little devotional, wanted to share it with you guys. So this is titled Balancing the Christian Life. And it says this, or I wrote this. Paul was balanced. Paul was balanced in his approach to life and ministry. He didn't overemphasize one thing at the expense of another, but he held biblical truths in proper tension. Proverbs 20:23 speaks about an unhealthy balance when it says, a false balance is not good. Paul balanced truth and love. He told believers to speak the truth in love. Some people, for the sake of love, quote unquote, are always positive. They're too afraid to speak about sin, hell, or correct another Christian. This is imbalance. They end up approving of sin and therefore partaking of sin themselves. And some people, for the sake of truth, always walk around pointing out specks in others' eyes while there's a log in their own eye. Matthew 7:3-5. They see their calling to be the spiritual police officer of others who point out all the flaws of others, and they fall into the snare of legalism. We need to be like Christ and learn to speak truthful things in a loving way. Paul also balanced God's sovereignty with our responsibility. Paul explained clearly that God chose people to be saved before the foundation of the world, Ephesians 1:4, while also calling Christians to do the work of an evangelist, 2 Timothy 4:5. Paul holds in balance our identity of being a saint and a sinner. He calls the Corinthian church saints in 1 Corinthians 1:2, but also identifies himself as the chief of sinners in 1 Timothy 1:15. Paul balanced faith and action. He emphasized that believers are saved by faith in Ephesians 2:8-9, but also emphasized the importance of doing good works in Ephesians 2:10. Paul held the balance of the ministry of word and the ministry of prayer. Paul was a man deep in the scriptures, 2 Corinthians 11:6, but also constant in prayer, 1 Thessalonians 5:17. A great book suggestion if you would like to learn more about how to balance your faith is a book called Balancing the Christian Life by Charles Ryrie. Just like a bodybuilder needs to work out each muscle group in order to succeed, in the Christian life we must understand the need to rightfully divide the word of truth, 2 Timothy 2:15. Where do you feel like you are imbalanced in your Christian life?